he's out for blood.
This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. What I'm looking at today is a horror movie called The Bloody Man, which is described thusly by IMDb. In the 1980s, and after the death of his mother, Sam is struggling with family, friends, school, and the most evil being he can imagine, the Bloody Man, who is unknowingly summoned and will stop at nothing to destroy everything Sam holds dear. And I have to say, there are few things worse than a demon that holds grudges. In any case, that it mentions the 1980s brings to mind, and it seems like the movie is focused on a child who's dealing with this entity, as well as struggling with family, friends, school, and whatnot. So it sounds very Stranger Things adjacent, which shouldn't be a surprise considering how successful and wide-reaching that series happens to be. So without further ado, let's look at the trailer for The Bloody Man. And I have to say that title even feeds into that because it's very obvious, deliberately so. It's not subtle and sounds very much like something a bunch of children would come up with. In any case, let's take a look at that trailer.
Winchester, Illinois. A tranquil American town. The perfect place to raise a family. But for Sam and his family, a peaceful, ordinary day has turned into a nightmare.
What have I told you? You are never, ever to talk to strangers.
And evil has been unleashed. He knows your deepest desires, your darkest fears. And he's out for blood.
He kills people, kids, entire families.
Once he has you, there's no escape. The Bloody Man. Coming soon from Red Serial Films.
Well, that was the trailer for The Bloody Man, and it looks very dated. And I mean that in a good and a bad sense. In the good sense, it's supposed to reflect the 1980s. It feels, at least judging by the trailer, much more the 80s than a typical episode of Stranger Things does, because based only on the trailer, I should repeat, it doesn't seem to be hitting you over the head with 80s. Not everything you see or hear is directly evocative of the 80s, which ironically enough makes it even more realistic, as in taking place within that period of time. It looks fine, though I can't really tell from that trailer if it's anything worth seeing, to be totally honest. Though whoever is the narrator has a great voice, and they definitely sell it. Though that voice, ironically, is one of the issues I have with the trailer. Namely that it's a great voice, and I think I've heard it before, announcing other things. But the trailer doesn't back it up. The trailer needs to put forth more to match that voice. So what do you think? This is Brian with ScreenFiles.com and Trailer to Reaction. Do you agree, disagree? Let me know down below. And as usual, consider a like or a follow. Peace.